batla re thulane ka dithebe.
I've wanted to tell stories my entire life. When I write, I like immersing completely in a world of a story. Maybe as a writer, what I like about story is that you get to live different things through a story. I think that's why people like stories, because people get to live something outside of themselves. You get to experience something that's not your own life in a safe space because you can switch it off at any time. Film is almost like universally accessible. We have an opportunity to reach people in a way that others don't. And so it's an opportunity to challenge people and to get them thinking about things that otherwise they maybe wouldn't. Five Fingers just spoke to us. We took a big risk in doing a black, African, foreign language, because the film's in Sesotho for the most part, Western, which is not particularly commercial. So almost those four strikes against the film going into the international marketplace, we hoped to prove that a film like that could break the mold. I don't think the conversation about appropriation had really started yet. And I think we made an effort to be as truthful as possible, and that was getting involved in the community, bringing on people to help us keep it authentic. All I know is we believed in the story, and the story compelled us to tell it. And we tried to be as truthful as we could any step of the way. And I think there will always be people who will go, it wasn't your story to tell, and we'll have to go, maybe you're right, but we did tell it, and we just tried to tell it the best we could. I think it's important to tell stories in vernacular. I think it's important to represent the diverse cultural landscape that we have in South Africa. I think it's an opportunity to celebrate amazing culture because it's so rich, this country. If we aren't telling stories that look at South Africa today and look at the world and try and go a little deeper, what's the point? The mindset that we need to make films for our own audience is quite short-sighted. And I think people outside do want to see what we have to offer. The only way to be making films is to be interacting and communicating and building relationships with everybody outside of South Africa, for sure. I think this year particularly is really exciting for South African films, and I think the hope for South African film is that it keeps expanding. And I think the hope for South African film is that every year you have a wave of films that get people excited. The future of South African film is bright.